Hey friends, it's Miss Kirk here. I just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about what's going on this week, week 9 in English 3. So, all of our heads up over here. Note we do have an Act 3 and Act 4 test for the Crucible that we're going to look at on the 30th. You do know that your project is due on that day. So, students, if you do not present the paper planning element, you're not going to be able to stand up in front of the class and try to throw something together. So, please make sure you're paying attention to that. We are going to work on the Crucible essay that last week as well, so you can see the due date there, October the 3rd. And then October the 4th grades are final. So, what are we going to do this week? On Monday, we're going to start out with our week 8 assessment, doing our read theory. There will not be a new No Red Ink, but they will have a little bit of class time to work on some of the previous lessons that maybe are not done as they finish taking the Act 1 and Act 2 test for the Crucible. So on Tuesday, we're going to go back through and we're going to look at Act 3, reviewing what we have and putting it together. And then we're going to do the Reader's Theater for that final section of Act 3. Wednesday, we're going to do Act 4, Introduction and Close Read, and then we're going to put together a little bit more of our evidence from our characters. And Thursday, we're going to finish Act 4 and do the Reader's Theater and the summary from that text. Friday will be the final in-class day to work on that project. Now, some students asked if they could get some extra credit for turning it in early. So if students turn it in by the 27th, by the end of the day on the 27th, we are going to give them 10 bonus points for doing that. And that does just help us out because students are required to have a plan before they can get up to present. So by turning it in a little bit earlier, we can give them some feedback and get that back in their hands. So our tech tip for this week is to use Quizlet. We do use Quizlet for our vocabulary. Students can also create their own flashcards and their own review games based on the vocabulary that they are learning in any of their classes. So I do have a Quizlet page. The students are familiar with it and can use it to study any of the vocabulary we've been looking at. But they can also create their own account and make their own cards if that helps them. All right, parents, this week, your job is to look at your child's current progress on read theory. That's going to be important because you can see the chart of their actual growth from the very beginning to today. And that's going to be beneficial for you as well as for your child. Next, ask them if they need to come to tutoring at any time. I'm here to help you and to help your child grow towards mastery of the English 3 curriculum so that they can produce good, strong reading and writing skills, not just in school and not just on the ACT, but in life in general. And all jobs do require reading and writing to some degree. So we want to make sure that we're setting them up for success. Next, ask them about their No Red Ink. This is directly linked to the ACT English test. It goes over grammar, usage, and mechanics. We do it in class. The students do have practice on each skill, and when they feel they are ready, they can take the quiz on that specific skill set. Practice doesn't go in the grade book, but the quiz does. Students are encouraged to do as much of the practice as they need to feel confident in the skill and to be able to perform well on that assessment. Finally, for our spiral review this week, look back on how big ideas transition into central idea and theme, because we're going to be looking at those two things as we close out the Crucible and get ready to write our analysis of how Arthur Miller uses our characters in order to effectively communicate his theme. Next, our ACT English review for this week is to look at punctuation, and specifically, we're thinking about stop punctuation. This is going to happen anytime you have a complete thought. We've been doing this daily in our bell ringer, but it is highly tested on the ACT, so I thought it'd be helpful if you had a quick review. I hope you've had a great weekend. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me at any time. I know we all want a break, and we are so close to fall break, but let's keep it going strong until then. If you need me, stephanie.kirk@bluntk12.org. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.